Also mentioning that you have evidence of how even the Russian national media is reaching out into international forums and
I think
putting disinformation out there.
For the people watching this program, that's
Yep.
probably much more important to know.
Go ahead.
That if you look at the Russian budget for this year, there are cuts in everything, even defense, while Russia is actually at war.
Right.
But there's just one article where there's more money being spent this year, and that is propaganda. And it's not propaganda inside Russia.
Okay.
It's propaganda outside Russia. For such broadcasters such as Russia Today, who have now reached it's now the best watched channel on YouTube.
Really?
That's not nothing.
And this is being watched by Russians abroad?
No,
or?
mainly people, not Russians, people that speak English or whatever language they're broadcasting in, because they now added Spanish and French and German.
But
and
this
Arabic.
is the mouthpiece of the Putin regime, basically.
Yeah, and people don't realize that because they're doing it in a very cunning way. They almost don't speak about Russia at all, because they started doing that the first year they existed. Nobody watched it. It was really boring.
Yeah.
But now what they're doing, they're focusing on local news. Like in America, they're really huge.
Yeah.
And they made their point of like...
sort of an Al Jazeera, if you will, that becomes
international. I think Al Jazeera is like an icon of objectivity.
What I'm saying is,
in comparison to...
using Al Jazeera as an example, Russia Today is saying, oh, you believed Al Jazeera. Hey, look at our channel as well.
Russia Today is actually fabricating stories.
Right.
Like one of the stories, the best example is recently they were filming in the Crimea, and they interviewed this rabbi that was packing his bags and saying he's really afraid, but he was actually telling them he's afraid of the Russians that are coming.
Okay.
They cut that out, and they presented as a story of a Jew really afraid of the fascists coming from Kiev.
From the Ukrainians.
To get him, yeah.
So
this
that's
is the way they make
really
their stories.
The opposite message, okay.
Yeah, and so their main, I would say, like, target now is to make sure that they say that there's no truth. It's like the new postmodern vision of things.
There's no objective truth.
No truth. So we can just throw in anything
yeah.
and present that as a second opinion.
All right, well,
again, only that is not being done for commercial reasons, but that is being done as a policy that is coordinated with the Russian military. So that's a way to disturb the information making about the war that is actually taking place in Europe now.
How many internet comments are, everybody talks about how, they're so evil and they're, bringing society down to the bottom. But some of the internet trolls I know are just quoting these talking points from different political parties. I mean, that's their job. I guess people have...
Our radio has just done a really interesting investigation into the world of trolls in Russia. There's
internet
actually
trolling.
Yeah, there's even a building in St. Petersburg, huge building, office building, with many floors.
Yeah,
where they all work. But obviously there are also other locations, but this is one of the biggest.
How do you prove
it's
something
been leaked
like
now
this?
because people have left.
It's been
left, and people who work there have now talked to
and their
to
job
the radio.
day to day was what?
They have shifts of like 12 hours, and within 12 hours they have to write something like 135 comments on very different media inside Russia and also outside Russia. People who speak different languages get a lot better pay.
Shouting down people who have any kind of differing view.
The funny thing is that they also have to put like blog posts about something, and then they also have to comment it. So they basically create a simulacrum of discussion online. And the main thing is that they have to use specific search words like Putin and Russian army,
of course,
and eventually create a picture that that's like.
Well, so if